Oh.
Oh, wait. There we
Oh.
go.
Oh.
Everything should be fine now. Excellent. Now we should be. Things should be happening. Hopefully. Hopefully. Who knows? I'm pulling up all my devices. I'm checking everything. Oh my goodness. It
I respond with a
says we're
credit card.
live, but who knows? Who knows anymore?
Are we? Oh wait.
What
Here we go.
is
There we go.
live?
Good old cool bar. Well, we see. I don't know if anybody can hear me, but when a man and a woman love each other very much.
What? Alright, let me check the old thing.
Yeah, I think we're live. We are live.
Excellent!
I hear us. I heard us.
Oh, we're both
Wait,
audible?
This chat is disabled for this live stream?
It should not be.
What?
What?
Why do we not have a chat?
What is this madness?
Chat.
Hold on, we will fix this immediately.
Why can't we talk to chat?
This video is currently
YouTube.
processing customization. Live chat replay. Yeah, no, live chat is enabled. What?
Oh, there we go. New timeout length. Neat. Hey, look, everybody, we're professional. We got this.
Absolutely. All right, perfect. I heard us. I heard our voices. We're fine now. We're good. Right.
Think so.
Yeah,
I think we are. I don't know.
We're good.
You know what we're talking about.
No, we're not. We don't have
So
to.
are we actually good or are we not good? Do people know we're live? I'm letting them know we're live.
Yeah.
How am I letting them know we're live? Well, you see, when a man and a woman love each other very much,
Jesus Christ.
they decide to make a company called Netflix.
That's unfortunate.
Well, sometimes. But Trevor, you've been a busy little bee, haven't you?
Oh my god, I have been. I've been very busy. I guess I could make the announcement now while we let chat roll on in. Any viewers that might stroll on in. Who knows? Voiceovers are done.
Wait for Yusuke versus Tagoro?
What? I will slap you, silly.
Do it. It will be more feeling than I got watching this show.
Oh my god. No, so, it took... Wait. How long has it been since I started the voiceovers for that certain big old project that I'm doing before Yusuke versus Girl? Just can't stress that enough.
Was it August?
Wait, was it? Was it?
It was either July or August.
I swear it's been like over a year since I started everything. Maybe. Who knows? Oh, I lost track of time.
Well, because I just remember, like, over the summer, you were like, all right, great, I can start voiceovers. And then, like, something happened to, like, make it kind of not happen. Because you were actually pretty adamant that it was going to, come out by the end of the year. And then something happened where, because, like, you took, like, a week or 2 or 3 away from it.
Yeah, that honestly did it. I'm honestly glad that I took the week or weeks.
Yeah.
I lost all track of time thanks to this stupid Tismy project.
Oh, hey, speaking of Disney projects, I'm just looking at a video here on Twitter because I saw that Brie Larson was trending.
Why is she trending now? What is happening?
I guess she freaked out at the Golden Globes because she met Jennifer Lopez for the first time.
Oh, okay. Good for her.
And she's showing a lot more emotion than she ever did as Captain Marvel. So, there's that.
Oh my goodness. You know, I was half tempted to do something special. I was thinking of like, oh, I may have a comfort game up, and I was thinking I could put Banjo-Tooie on. I could put Diddy Kong Racing on. No.
Why not?
Why didn't
you put any of them on?
It's one thing to have the comfort, but I actually kind of want to focus on the chat.
True, yeah. True.
There's a lot. In fact, there's no need for edits for, this one. Like, I don't have to do anything fancy. Anyone that comes in here and watches this, they can treat this as a nice, big old podcast.
Ew.
What? No, that's how the
Ew.
world works.
Who
That's how
who
tubes
listens to
work.
podcasts anymore? Who like sits in their car during their commute and listens to a podcast? Who sits in their train going to and from their significant other's apartment thinking, hey,
Oh.
I'm going to listen to two assholes talk about tits?
What?
You heard me.
There aren't even any of those in this show. The people that
Yet.
wrote this may be a couple of those, but, we'll get to them.
Well, that's because Yu Hakusho isn't one of those shows with all the nasty fan service.
I
How
guess
dare? How dare?
since we appear to be in the proper mood, I guess we could just start our little chat about this thing. Is that what I call it? A thing?
I mean, it is a thing. So,
Yeah, that's the best
like,
compliment
on
I
a,
can
on
get
a
it.
yeah, on a technical standpoint, it is a thing.
Yeah, I guess
It does exist.
yeah, I guess we could start off by saying it's like let's recap. One Piece live action comes out. Um
Yeah.
and you were excited for it. I was happy
Yeah.
about it. Um and yet I think we were both worried about like how would you even handle like this gigantic story of One Piece? How would you even do that? What corners would you cut to make your story? And it turns out that the people that worked on that show, they knew what they were doing. They took the beats from the manga and even the anime. And they decided to make a proper adaptation. One where anyone can enjoy it, and even as its own story, if you never saw the manga or the anime, didn't do neither, you could watch this show, fresh start, didn't have to worry about a goddamn diddly thing. That was that show. Then,
Yeah.
during this time, it was you, and I know it was you. you sent me a message on Discord. It's like, hey Trev, take a look, and I saw Yu Yu Hakusho getting a live action. I'm like, oh no, that's my baby.
Well, see, like the thing with it is like, I want to say it was like a year ago or something that we got the announcement for it. Like it was announced,
I forgot.
but like,
about
yeah, nobody heard anything about it. But like, Netflix was like gung ho about like the One Piece live action, which again, it was good for what it was. But it's like there was nothing being talked about the Yu Yu Hakusho one. And then what was it? It was like it was after One Piece live action came out. It was like a week or two after that. Because that came out in August, right?
Yes, I agree. Also, Static is in the chat. Hey, Static.
Static. Oh, what's up,
I
dude?
haven't seen you for a
Or
while.
lady dude.
He said, not to cut you off, but immediately he says, it was bad. There's people who like it. Why and how? Why and how indeed?
Yeah, why and how? Like, well, we'll get into all that here in a second. But it's like, see now that I think about it more, I don't think we heard anything until like October
No.
about Yu Yu Hakusho live action, and they're like, "Hey, this is coming out in December," and it's like, "Excuse me, what?
Yeah, I'm pretty
This is
sure
coming out in December?"
Yeah, and didn't the trailer come out like it was yeah,
The trailer
I'm pretty
came
sure.
out in like November.
Yeah, a month before it came out, and I was like, "Oh, geez, are you doing a sleeper hit? That's interesting."
Yeah. And it's like, we watched the trailer together, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, like it was. I mean, it was kind of what you would expect from a live action
Yes.
anime adaptation. Like, there's worry, but it's like there's at least some level of optimism in there. Like, whether it's like, okay, I'll still watch it to see what it is, or it's like, I don't know about it, but we'll see. And there's at least a level of like, okay, let's see where this goes. Because like it can either be a good adaptation. It could be like just step by step adaptation of the anime or manga, or it could do its own thing, just like showing us the characters that we all know and love and all that. And where it kind of does the latter, oh my god. Oh my god. What they tried to do, what they tried to portray was just a characterization of what it was a mischaracterization on a lot of ends of just characters that we love and adore with all of our hearts and souls. Like, God, like everything was just it was also Static misses your abridged
Aw.
voice.
Well, thank you,
So
Static. I will talk like this for the rest of the episode.
of
No, I
course
won't.
Lanny liked it.
I'm shocked.
Lanny likes a lot of things.
Lanny liked it. I mean, can we invite him? Can we have him on the show?
I mean, I would rather talk to him in a more positive thing, but
Like,
that's
hey,
just me.
we can make it positive, okay? We can just like simply ask him, like, hey, buddy, we like you. We just have a few questions. Number one, how?
No. Yeah, no, okay. So I want to preface our conversation really quick, because hey everybody, Watkins here. Um, Today has been kind of a crap day with my mind, and what better way to fix that crap day than talk about a shit series? Like how goody gumdrops. So I might be a little more jaded than usual whenever you guys hear me talk. So I'm just gonna let y'all know, hey, there were a couple things, like this show got a couple points for me, but it also angered me to the point where Trevor, I don't know if I actually shocked you with my anger when we were watching this, or if, like, because Trevor, I don't usually get angry with things when it comes to media. I might be like, wait, hold on, what? Excuse me? But it's never like legit anger. It's more like a confusion, more like a wait, hold on, what are we doing? How are we doing this? Like, it's never just straight up pissed off anger.
No.
This show brought out some anger in me, and it brought out a disappointment, a level of disappointment I didn't think was possible.
Yeah, to be honest, at first when you asked me to hit pause, I was like, you you never do that. You
No,
usually don't. We usually just let things fly off. Usually I'm the one that has to pause. I'm like, wait a sec, hold on. This time it was all you. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
geez. All right then.
I was, guys, I was the one asking to pause the most. I was the one. Normally it's Trevor or somebody else we're with, and like, no, I was the one being like, Trevor, you need to pause. You need to pause. Literally in that voice I just did, like, just like
Pause.
this show, and we'll go in a little bit more detail with a few things here, but like this show, like, first of all, as an adaptation, it was shit. Like, it was god awful, horrible, like just shit, just unadulterated. Like, you guys know that I don't know if anybody's ever seen Jackass, but there's a stunt where Steve-O is in a porta potty, and they have it like on a like giant like bungee cords, and they basically he gets in it, that launches into the sky with him in it, and it just kind of like bungees and all that. So like, shit gets everywhere, especially on him. Um, I'd have rather been in that than have watched this show.
Now that you got your feelings out of the way.
Oh, we haven't even begun. You know we haven't even
Oh yeah,
begun.
no. We much like a Mazaku, we are laying dormant until we can awaken and unleash our fury upon the world. What a reference. So, guess it's my turn to sum up my general
Yeah,
feelings on this show.
you go. I'm talking too much.
It's
This is
all
your thing.
good. Hey, this is a partnership. What do you mean?
Look, his
Oh boy. All right. So, Yu Yu Hakusho I have gone on record many times on my channel. I always hold to the highest standard. It is my favorite shonen story, and I honestly, I will die on the hill saying that it is also one of the best written, just not just in shonen, just in general. There are so many things I could talk about, so many things I could defend, so many things I could praise. So when the live action comes, I'm like, oh, I'm immediately worried because I know the tragedy of Cowboy Bebop the Foolish. I know the tragedy of Full Metal Alchemist the Petulant. Thankfully, One Piece got away scot-free. I still think that it's a miracle that One Piece got out of it. But
I know that's still weird to me, but yeah.
And I think it's because Oda was so heavily involved with the production. Like he was responsible for a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, that was his baby. And
Yeah.
praise you, Oda. Good on that. Nice job. Then we go over to Netflix, and a guy at Netflix studio is like, got an idea. We're gonna make a Yu Yu Hakusho live action show. I was like, okay, all right. Worrisome, but what are you gonna do? How are we gonna get like Tagashi, the author, involved? It's like, oh well, we'll have him visit the set for one day, and he talks to who did he talk to? Like Yusuke and Koenma, those two actors, right?
Yes, it was those two.
It's like, all right, yeah. So he gave him pointers. All right, so what else do we want to do with Tagashi? He's like, oh well, he just kind of gave us the middle fingers, like do what you want.
Yeah,
It's insane.
Okay, I should also probably say this to you real quick. Anything we say is nothing against Tagashi,
No.
because that man's health has been deteriorating for the good portion of like what 30 years now.
Yeah,
Like,
we're not going to
nothing-
target him. We're just saying,
Yeah,
like,
nothing-
in comparison.
Exactly. So it's like, where Oda was more hands-on, Tagashi couldn't be, and it kind of shows.
Yeah. So, episode 1 starts, and throughout every episode, the show does. I think I understand when people say, "Oh, but it's a good adaptation because it hits all the notes." It's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, like episode 1, it has the truck scene. Well, not the truck scene. It originally was a car. It was a mundane ass sedan, as you put it, in episode 1. So they upgraded to a truck. We'll get into that. It's like, yeah, they hit every single story beat. That means it's a good adaptation, right? It's like, no. I've been struggling for the longest time about how I describe the live action show, and I think I figured it out. It is an abridged series that takes itself way too seriously, and they don't know what they're doing. In every episode, we always got the same story beats. It's like, oh hey, it's like in the anime, but there's no heart or soul or anything behind it. It's literally oh, Yusuke will train with Genkai, because that happened in the original, right? It's like, okay, yes, it did. But what are we going to do with that in terms of an adaptation? Or, pray tell, how are you guys going to write that scene on your own? Because that's a thing that most people don't realize. You can take the source material, but you still have to write it. You have to write in your own words. And, Jesus Christ. That Genkai episode, that might be the worst one in the whole season for me. It could honestly be the worst.
It might be like, because it was from the Genkai episode all the way to the end, because like the stuff before that, it was tolerable to a point. Like there was a lot of shit that was like, there was a lot of shit, but like it was at least you were able to at least laugh at it for being shit, know.
Unfortunately, it's like, well, okay, so Trevor, you're just being a hard ass because you're just mad that they followed the story beats 1-to-1. It's like, no, they did not. They did not.
No.
They don't even try that. So, to give an example, let's talk about the truck scene. This is just for one example in this horrific show that we're going to talk about. In the original story, Yusuke is struck by a car, and he rolls off of the hood and the roof. and that's how he dies. Very simple. And turns out that, hey, the body's still intact. The soul can go back to it because Koenma, he was just so shook. It's like, oh, hey, you weren't supposed to die because you weren't supposed to be nice. What the hell's going on here? In the live action show, the LA show, we have a different approach. Maybe people won't believe that a car where a body rolls off the roof. Maybe that's not too convincing that a child will get run over. We need something more concrete, something more solid, I would say. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Let's have a truck. And it's like, okay, a truck. Wait, we're gonna use a truck to kill the main character? It's like, yeah, what's the problem? It's like, well, okay, how are you going to do this? Like, alright, so the truck is going to bash in his skull, his body will roll under the truck, and you see it on camera, his body gets run over by tires. Now, I don't know about you all, but, truck tires are pretty big, and they're very dangerous.
Yeah, nah, Yusuke got messed up in
He
that. Like,
doesn't have a body to return to. And I know the obvious defense will be like, well, hey, it's fine because the plot needs to happen. And I was like, that's exactly the point. They don't know what they're doing.
Like, because that's the thing. And we had mentioned it while we were watching the episode. It's like, okay, like, yes, that is definitely a wreck that he should have died from. Yes. However, like, he still needs to get into that body and use that body. So it's like, is Koenma going to use some magic spirit world thing to, like, heal his body before he gets into it? Because, his face was caved in and, you know, shit like that. Like, it was a bad accident. Like, a lot worse than the anime did it. And, like, again, we shouldn't... On one hand, we shouldn't compare it to the anime or the manga.
Oh no!
But on the other hand, like, when the obvious better option is right there, it's kind of hard not to. So,
when the story says, we need a Yusuke, you just have to return to your body, and then we just flashback in that same episode. It's like, but the truck destroyed him. Like, you would be lucky, you know, it would be more wise for Yusuke's mother, and more financially stable probably, to just cremate the boy's messed up, destroyed corpse. Because, there's nothing left of that body after that. But no, the show needs to happen, so screw you.
Can we talk about how the show even gets his mom wrong?
We made that a running gag throughout every episode. Kuwabara, he kind of got some points at the end, but you and I joked, and I'm still going to hold true to this, the one character that we think they got absolutely right in the entire show, which is also really funny because he's not in the panel that we have on screen right now, was Tarukane.
Yeah. Tarukane was the only character that this show got right.
Absolutely right down to a T. Even in your own show, you understand everything about him perfectly, and you never have to question his, like, intelligence or character at all.
Oh, so, because, goddamn, like, on one hand, we could talk about each of these characters, but at the same time, it's like, here's probably the ultimate problem of this whole show, is they try to hit all these moments, like, you know, oh, Yusuke dying, oh, Kuwabara getting his spirit sword, oh, we gotta have, you know, Hiei versus Yusuke, we gotta have the mirror with Kurama, we're throwing in, you know, Toguro and his brother and Sakio and, like, Yukina and all this other stuff, like, and then they start adding things from other arcs, like the demon insects and, like, the barrier of the demon world. We're kind of throwing in dark tournament stuff because we get Team Toguro in this. We have the training with Genkai. Like, the problem, and especially in, like, from episode 3 on, is this series, like, it doesn't want to give you any time with any characters. It just speeds on to the next thing. You get like character interactions are bare minimum. Like it's bare bones. Um Character development is
Non-existent.
like Hiei, Hiei. That's
Oh
all I need to say.
no,
Hiei
no.
gets nothing, and yet, and once they hit the same story beats, like Static in the comments mentioned about the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, it's like Hiei has this the whole time, and it's like, wait a minute, you should first of all, how'd you get through the barrier if you're that powerful? Second of all, where's the emotional like because like even his fight with Bowie
Oh my god,
in the
that's
anime,
right. All the names are totally borked, by the way, in this
Yeah.
show. Every name. They
which
call
oh and
Bowie Bowie.
come on Bowie, like there's nothing with that. Bowie's barely a character
Bowie?
because oh my god, like I could rant and I could just ramble on about all of that crap. It's just it's not good. There's and because like they try to give you the emotional moments, like the whole. I'm gonna bring up Kurama and Yoko right now because fuck that. Because Yoko just comes out of nowhere. And it's like, oh look, I'm Yoko Kurama now. It's like, how, why, who, what, when, where, why, and how. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, the story literally forsakes itself to hit the desired beats from the source material. There's no rhyme or reason why like these things happen. And this is why I keep saying it's a horrible abridged series that doesn't know what it's doing. In episode 1, I'm not over that shit. Where Yusuke dies, he's brought to the afterlife, and Koema immediately upon arrival is like, "Oh hey Yusuke, you're going back." It's like, "Wait, what? You're going to be a spirit detective?" Wait, hold on. He didn't even like have time to process. You can't do this show. By the way, there's a demon in your city. It's like, "What?" Yeah, it's happening that very night. It's like, "What?"
Well, I guess here's the thing. It's like, because like the dialogue, like they try to have Koenma be like, hey, I'll bring you back, but you have to be my spirit detective. And Yusuke does say no, which is like, okay, the answer, that's within Yusuke's character, but like, you're just like coming out and saying all of this. Okay, fine, but it's like there's no build up with it.
Yeah, just because we know the characters and what they're gonna do in the show doesn't mean that the characters in universe know what they're gonna do or what they're saying. This show treats it like that. Yusuke knows what he's gonna do, so he just stumbles across every scene with a blank expression on his face. You have Kurama, it's like, oh yes, in episode 2, I reveal myself that I was a spirit fox that was hunted down, and literally one-to-one with the original. I hid myself in my human mother, and I'm gonna be a human, that's all I am. Oh wait, but no. The show had like this weird. We're gonna skip over how Kurama got his powers back in the original. We're gonna ignore that. He just can. He can just on and off switch. Which again, to bring to your point, how the fuck did he get past the barrier if he's still fucking? He could just turn into a fox.
Exactly. Because
like, too. Oh my god.
Yeah, he ate too. Like, because guess that's the thing. We had the explanation of how Yoko even got into the human world because of that. Because like. Correct me if I'm wrong. Before he went into the human world, he was A rank, right?
Yeah, Hiei and Kurama. Yeah. I'm pretty confident about this that they were A rank before they had to. Actually, no. I can take back what I said. Kurama was still. Kurama being wounded can decrease the power level, I guess.
Yeah. But like that's the thing. It's like, well, because that was the thing. It was like because Yoko had to depower himself to get out of the demon world, and that's why he took over the baby's like body.
And it only took the beautiful Suzuka, creator and tinker of all things relics and weapons. It took him and his literal magic potion that reversed the effects of Kurama turned Yoko. In this show, you are left with the implication of, oh, I can just turn it on whenever I want. I have an insta-win. It's like, oh, neat.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, and then he barely gets any time. Like, him and Yusuke have one little clash, and then they have another one because Yusuke thinks Hiei took
Keiko. Yeah.
Eiko, and then it's just like then like EA's reluctantly joining their forces, and then at the end it's supposed to be like, yeah, they're pretty cool guys, aren't they? It's like you just met them last night.
Can we
Oh,
talk
did the
about that
old
scene?
person that died, the old person you met yesterday die?
I want to talk about that beautiful moment because we breezed right past Yusuke and Hiei fighting only because we were dealing with a barrage of stupid at that time too. But the
Yeah.
whole scene is that Elder Togoro dresses up as Hiei, kidnaps Keiko, and makes sure that Yusuke sees him. It's like, okay. And the plan is that, oh, well, Elder Togoro is going to lead Yusuke to Hiei. That's the whole point. Because he wants those two to fight and weaken each other for God knows why. Elder Togoro should know that they're not a
Oh,
threat,
like
so...
that's gonna do anything.
Yeah, they're not even like a threat to your brother, so what was even the point of that? But the whole point of the scene is like, yeah, we're gonna cause some confusion with the ranks. We have to have our heroes fighting each other. There's a problem with that logic. Hiei stabbed himself with this show's version of a wish-granted dagger that gave him supreme eyesight. Why the
Well, that's
hell
what
did
the
you think
sword
you could sneak
does.
up on him with Yusuke chasing?
But Trevor, that's what the sword did in the show, right?
I can't believe that this show literally forgets about a major plot point for Hiei, where he stabs himself in the forehead. He gets the Jagan eye, and it's like, I can now find my sister. He then finds his sister, chases after her, fails. It's like, ah, shit. Well, I guess I give up now. I'll live in my dinky little warehouse hideout. And it's like, but wait, just use your Jagan
Yeah.
eye to find out where she went. And then he
I
doesn't.
can't find her.
Yeah, it's like,
It's like I
bullshit.
can't find her. It's like
Bullshit.
how? Like they don't even explain how he doesn't.
Yeah, because if you remember, they like the Jagan Eye when it's activated, it just goes through every orifice, every tunnel, everywhere. How the hell do you not find anyone with that?
Exactly. Especially when she tried to escape with that dude. Like she wasn't like like they could have done something to be like, oh well, you know, there's a demonic barrier around here that Karasu put up. It's like, okay, hey, look, there's your explanation. But no, this show is too lazy. Like we put in a lot more effort talking about Hiei right there than this show did
Yep.
about Hiei.
True.
Like,
Oh, I just remembered. While Static types out his comment of how he got the eye.
how
Do
it's
you-
absurd.
Yeah, I agree. Do you remember
Yes.
how
No.
how
wanna
can we
remember.
forget the classic scene? Because we're just gonna go random. This is why this is a casual chat, and we're not breaking down the plot exactly.
Yeah.
We're just hitting all the notes as we go across it. But
Yeah.
do you remember how Sakyo's demon portal was literally powered by money? Yeah.
I. Yeah, okay. Because here's the thing. So, you guys want to know the definition, like the definition of copium? The definition of copium is me during the last two episodes of this live action, episodes 4 and 5, because the whole time as Hiei is fighting Bui, I'm not calling him Bui. He is not Bui.
Yeah.
So when Hiei is fighting Bui and Kurama's fighting Karasu, the whole time, I'm just like, so they're not like actually gonna beat them here, right? Like, they're because that would be silly, you know? Because at the time it was like, okay, Hiei doesn't have the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, and we don't have Yoko Kurama, so it's like, okay, we don't have those two big factors. Like, they're obviously just going to throw the fight because we had the setup of, hey, the demon portal is powered by money. Now you may think to yourself, Watkins, Trevor, you say that it's powered by money, so that just means, he needs money to, like, run it, with all the electricity and all those bills and all that. No, literally, there's a part during, like, these fights while, like, the members of the Black Club
not to cut
are,
you off there,
like,
but your
yeah,
your
go
mic,
ahead.
your mic literally went.
Oh, it did? Am I good now?
It's still
Okay.
doing the thing.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off, but you were going little.
Wait, was it good there?
No, it's still there. It's odd.
Son of a bitch. What is going on?
Is it your AirPods again?
No, I'm on my microphone.
Oh.
Wait,
Have you tried
Is that
turning it
better?
off and on again?
is that better?
Yeah, a little better. There we go.
Okay, it might be the cord then.
Ah,
Alright.
gotcha.
Okay, if
But
this is better.
yeah. Sorry to cut you off, but
Okay.
yeah, let's go back to the money.
No, you're fine.
The money machine. The
Yeah,
literal
so
money
it's-
machine.
Yeah, literally, while they're sitting there with the Black Club, like betting on these fights and all that, a guy walks in and talks to Sakio, just like, "Hey, we have enough money for the portal now," and like Sakio starts kind of laughing a little bit, and we're sitting there thinking, "Wait, he has enough money to open the portal now? Wait a minute, it literally money." Is the power source, apparently,
Yep.
is what the show is telling us. And so, like, now with that out of the way, now with that plot just done and out of the way, it's like, wait a minute. So they're not throwing these fights for the money? Because that was the whole thing in the original show with, like, the whole Yukina thing. It's like, okay, they throw the fight because Sakio, he wanted all that money to, like, run the dark tournament, blah blah blah, whatever, bullshit, shit, whatever. So like, since they're hitting the story beats, hey, let's hit this story beat and a possible season 2. Hey, let's have the dark tournament. Let's see what live action can do with that.
Lol.
Maybe a little better. Maybe a little better. No.
Lol.
Oh, hi Yoko. Oh, hi Dragon of the Darkest Flame.
Hi to Goro actually losing. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to all that. Yeah, I just
like,
I can't
God.
stress enough how in that show, it's the scientist says we need more money if we're gonna make
Yeah.
this work, and that's all you have, and you're just left with like, wait, so his machine is literally powered by money? How the hell does that even work?
Yeah, it literally, like a bank. It's basically a giant ATM that can open the portal to the demon world.
It's like, wow, this is just such a bizarre reference. It's like in Mario Party 8 where you have to throw in your coins to your hotel business, and that's the only way it can grow. It's just magic.
Yeah.
It is not much of a tournament, more like a fight club, according to one of my friends. That well,
the whole Black Club thing.
the dark
so.
fight, the dark club. I guess we could call it that.
Exactly. So
Yeah, you know what? We could address the fights now. We could just talk about them because there's a special section for Genkai that I want to talk about, but
or
oh,
we can talk about how Yusuke drinks and smokes.
oh shit, there's so many great
Like there's so much shit. There's just like, you know, that level. I'm gonna keep referencing shit because it's all the shit I'm gonna be referencing is a lot better than this show. But you remember that level, that boss fight in Conker's Bad Fur Day, where you literally fight a big pile of shit?
How could I forget Sloprano? Go on.
Exactly. How could you ever forget that peak? That peak
What?
character work right there. That peak, like, song. That peak, just everything just making sense. So, Yusuke... Wait, hold on. That was actually in the manga. What was that? Wait.
What?
Yusuke smoking and drinking? Was it?
Sloprano
Was it?
Yusuke smoking.
Wait,
and
was it?
Oh
Wait, was
no, I don't like that.
Trevor, you're the manga person. You're the manga person. You read the manga. I only watched the anime.
No, I read the manga when it came to the Dark Tournament and the Chapter Black stuff. I don't remember at the beginning.
Lied to me.
I did not.
You lied to me.
I told you specifically in your videos where it's like,
Lied to
oh
me.
yeah, the Dark Tournament and Chapter Black at the end of the series. That was manga. I didn't get to go
That
into.
was like 4 years ago.
Oh, that's a skill issue with your memory. Then I don't know what else to tell you.
We know about my memory. 3 years ago. Sorry.
But yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that at all.
Yeah, because
Especially in this show.
I'll let you explain that then.
Yeah. So even if it was adapted correctly in the manga, I still gotta say that's not exactly a good thing you want to put in your story because if Yusuke doesn't want to be like his drunken, smoking mother, maybe he shouldn't pick up after her habits. You know, just throwing it out there because Yusuke in our precious beloved anime, he always rebelled against his mother, and he did everything that she would not do. And he didn't do anything that she would do. It's that simple dichotomy. It's simple character work. In this live action show, he constantly drinks, he constantly smokes, and like, okay, I get that you're trying to paint him as a bad seed or whatever, but holy shit. You don't want him to be like his mom, right? You already showed the dynamic of these two. What's the point if he's gonna act just like her? Oh, but by the way, no, the mom doesn't even act in character in
Yeah, like
live action show.
Like she's still kind of shitty, but it's not
caring.
like yeah, it like she's still kind of caring and all that. And I don't know, man. It just kind of it took me out of it because like
It's like
and
a
again,
split
like,
personality.
yeah,
It's like half the time she cares for Yusuke, and the other half is like drinking or smoking in silence and just condescending her son. Um, that's not how you really portray the toxic relationship that you are trying to tell. You don't have the
yeah.
toxic person be like, "Aw, you know, Yusuke when he was a kid, he would do little doodles. And I loved it." No,
Well, because like the thing is, like Yusuke's whole like part of Yusuke's thing is like he doesn't feel like he belongs anywhere. That's why like he acts out. That's why he's this delinquent, and part of that is being at home because like he does not feel like he belongs at home because his mom is a piece of shit. Like, but like he'll still go home and he's still kind of like rude to her and she's kind of rude back, but like it never felt like it was a broken home, which is what he was from, you know? At least in the beginning of the series.
Hmm.
So that part was weird. It was really weird. At least to us again. But I think the weirdest part though is when the fire starts. And because I mentioned to you during the episode, so like these two guys come, like they're like holding Yusuke's mom back because she's freaking out, being like, "My son's alive," because like she
Oh,
felt a pulse again.
oh yeah. We need to set up even more context to paint how ridiculous that is.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Because first of all, we have a demon possessing another person that goes crazy, and it just happens to connect to Yusuke. And by the way, we forgot to mention, Yusuke died not by a freak accident, but it was because of
What's up, Vash?
Oh hey, buddy, I haven't seen you for a while.
You're gonna, you're gonna, you're gonna
um,
hear, you're gonna hear me complain a lot.
yeah.
Strap in, buddy.
So yeah, the demon. There apparently Yusuke's death was also caused by a demon. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Neat.
inadvertently. Like, I will say that I'm glad that didn't become a
Oh
thing. Like,
yeah,
I
we
was
were
like,
so worried it was all like a
yeah,
plot.
yeah, like, oh yeah, the plot. We're gonna purposefully target Yusuke
We
Urameshi.
know he's a Masaku. I want to fight him.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
So I'm glad that didn't become a thing.
So yeah, there's a demon that possesses a child, and that child is going apeshit in Yusuke's neighborhood.
Yeah,
During this time, Yusuke's mom is just hanging around with Keiko, and they notice. Well, the mom notices that, wait, Yusuke has a pulse. Now, the only course of action is that these two, in a private home, it's like, oh, shit, alright. So obviously it's like, well, we're gonna take the body, especially if you're gonna establish in the next shot. It's like, oh, there's a fire, so of course they moved him. No, that's not what happens. We need tension. We need to have a horrible payoff coming, and don't worry, we're going to explain what that horrible payoff is, because I think you blocked it from your memory, Watkins. But it was the next shot is, oh no, Yusuke's mom and Keiko are dragged out by two random civilians, and it's like, you can't go back in there. And then the mom would be like, no, he's alive. I felt it. Like Vader talking about.
Oh
that.
wait, you must have blocked something else out
Oh,
because
no.
Keiko wasn't with her when the fire started.
Oh, that's right. I'm
So
sorry.
the live action has like Keiko start like go. I forgot why, but like she starts going back to Yusuke's place, like running there. She might have seen like the smokestack. I don't remember how the live action set it up, but when she gets there, Yusuke's mom is being held back by two dudes.
Even
Like,
though she said that her son is alive, why would they pull
Yeah.
her back when there's a living
Like,
kid
what?
inside?
But not only just that, when they had gone in to save her, why didn't they grab him too?
Exactly, he was alive. She yelled it multiple times. She screamed
Yeah.
at the top of her lungs, her son is alive. Why did you leave the
There were
comatose
three-
teenager?
There were 3 adults there that could have carried a dead body. Like, it's stuff like that. Just like, it's logic like that that just takes you out of it too. Because like you try to hit the story beat of like Keiko saving Yusuke, but then Yusuke saving the day. But
No,
we don't
no,
have the spirit.
no,
We don't
no.
have the spirit egg here. We
No.
don't have the spirit egg here.
No.
So it's like fuck that noise.
No, that's shit. We need something better. Let's have a ghost hold up a flaming pillar above her head.
With spirit energy.
How the
That he
fuck
kills
does that
Yusuke.
work?
Well, you see, when a man and a woman love each other very much,
They create Yusuke Urameshi, a Mazuku, which I guess we'll get to in season 3 if that ever happens.
wait, Trevor, I just realized we're not saying his name right. It's Urameshi.
Oh yeah, Urameshi. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Urameshi.
I will never get over that. It's like, oh man, Yusuke, quick. You have to save her. And then he just, like, as a ghost, he just holds up the pillar. And it's like, hey, no, that's because of his spirit energy. It's like, you guys don't understand how spirit energy works. And you know what? I'm gonna address it now. I'm gonna address this right fucking now. It's time. Are you ready?
No.
We're gonna do what every Dragon Ball and One Piece fan absolutely despises, but they love talking about anyway. Let's
Oops.
talk about power levels.
Oh no. Why
So-
would you bring up
Because the show was as inconsistent as my high school love life. Strap in, folks, we're in for a doozy. So, I just want to point out for the original, they handled power levels. Hey, okay, for the most part. It's alright, it's okay, we're good.
I mean, for the most part. I mean, because Yusuke did kind of luck out a few times early on.
Yeah, but the point was
looking at you, Rando.
Yeah, fucking rando. So Yusuke, when he was born, he was just a normal human. That was it. That was all. But then Koema brought him back after he got killed. It was just a freak accident, and it was a freak occurrence that Koema just put him back in the body, let him do his own thing. It's like, okay, that's fine. Doing so, and then allowing that boy to hone in on his spiritual energy over the course of time. I want to stretch that out immensely. Over the course of time, his spirit energy increased.
And also with the help of some tools.
Yeah, and especially
I'm gonna throw that out.
Genkai. Especially Genkai later on.
Genkai.
What no one realized was that by increasing this boy's spiritual energy, again over the course of time, I can't stress that goddamn enough. Turns out that he is he's a Masaku, a descendant of a demon that just happened to be one of the 3 most powerful demons in existence. That's how big of a deal we're talking.
Spoilers.
Yeah, and it's okay. I can't wait, by the way, to put the spoiler warning for my Yusuke versus Toguro video, specifically to troll everyone that called me out on spoilers for the original video that I put up about them.
Spoilers.
But in this show, in this live action show, again, they are in a bridge series that doesn't know what they're doing. They have Yusuke hold up a pillar, and it's like, oh, see, this is how much spirit energy he has. Like, he doesn't have any. He's still just a 14-year-old kid. there's no way he has like this amount of power. What are you doing? What are you saying? Are you saying that all ghosts have this kind? It falls apart as soon as you start thinking about it. It falls apart. So Yusuke gets back in his body, and we have a fight scene between Yusuke and the possessed child. That possessed child really fucks over Yusuke, doesn't he, Watkins? Multiple times.
Oh yeah, he does kind of kick his ass a lot.
And what everyone needs to realize is that this is a 14-year-old that just got put back in his body. He doesn't have any awakened, like, his spirit energy is awakened, and Koema says, you just have to focus it. And it's like, what is there to focus? What? Nothing's changed about him. He's still 14. He doesn't have any aptitude for spirit awareness, but okay, sure. Just believe in yourself and punch the demon hard and you win. What the hell was that? And then you get to episode 3. Oh no, I'm sorry, episode 2 happens with Goki. We'll get into that later. Then you have Genkai, and Watkins, I'm actually already fuming over Genkai, just mentioning her name in the show.
I know. Don't worry, we'll get to Genkai.
Yeah, and then it's like in 2 weeks, Yusuke will have leveled up to like from level 1 to like level 58 or whatever. It's like, all right, you're good enough. Here's my spirit wave orb. And it's like, what? And this kid with really no training. Oh my god, he's a slightly better version of Ray. No real training. All he did was point a finger on a needle, and he just leveled up immensely from that. I guess that's how you do it in this world.
Hold on, look. At least he got inspiration from Kuwabara.
So then he fights Toguro.
Look. Out of all the characters, at least Kuwabara was able to walk away.
No, I'm pushing back on that one because you messaged me that exact line. It's like, hey, he managed to wobble away. I was like, no, he got every bone in his body crippled and crushed, and he just barely limped away by the end of the show.
Yes, see, you just said he was able to limp away. That's
oh, I'm sorry. I should rephrase that. He crawled away, bleeding profusely on the ground.
Yeah, see, he was at least still able to, though. Everybody else was just
dead.
Left. Yeah, they were left in a pile. They were left in the crater that Toguro made in the anime.
But yeah, Yusuke with no real training. Well, I'm sorry. No, I keep getting this wrong. He trained by putting his finger on a needle for like 2 weeks, and now he just takes the essence of Genkai, and now he just fights Toguro with help, and it's like, this show doesn't know what it's doing. And there's so many actions, too, during the fight scenes where, despite how cool the choreography is, we're not going to deny that. We're not going to deny that. It's the same essence of, like, if you watch Star Wars Episode 3, you can appreciate the stunt choreography between, like, Anakin and Obi-Wan and Yusuke versus Goki. You can appreciate that. But then you look into the fights themselves, and it's like, oh, shit, there's a lot wrong with this.
Yeah, like you especially during the Goki fight, like you were just a menace during that fight.
Yeah, because the whole point is that Yusuke is still a 14-year-old boy that doesn't have any special awareness. Oh, he just learned how to use a spirit gun, and yet he still doesn't even know how to do that in this show. He's just, like, aware of it. This is like sending out your level 5 Charmander against a level 18 Fearow. Or an Onyx, and your Charmander doesn't know Metal Claw. You're fucked.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
There are so many times where Yusuke, just, like a couple days after being risen from the dead, he's like, hey, fight this demon. Yusuke, in his current condition, he got killed by one blow from a truck. Sure, his corpse got mangled, but he died from one heavy blow. Meanwhile, one episode later, slightly after awakening his spiritual potential, we'll go with that shit, he takes so many goddamn blows from Goki, who's really hitting hard, who uses cars as regular throwing objects, those things that killed the boy last time, and he just lives. He's just alive through all of that. The show doesn't know what they're doing with the power levels, because, like, hey, no, we have a story to adapt. And it's like, what do you mean? You're not adapting shit! Fuck!
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's fine.
I blame Vash for this.
No, the Vash didn't do anything.
I'm involving the
What are you
chat.
talking
I know. I'm just involving the chat. I can't blame Static because he's a good boy.
Look, if anybody did this, it was Ulti. Let's just blame Ulti for everything. He's not here.
I could extend the invite. I won't because he hasn't seen the live action show. He's been spared.
Oh god.
But yeah, the fights, like the Star Wars prequels, I could appreciate the choreography, but man, you look into those at all, it's like, wait, this isn't good. Although
I mentioned this while we were watching. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to preference. I love the prequel fights, but you know, just want to preference that.
But I said this while we were watching. Like, this show is the definition of taking a ring of keys and shaking them in front of a child.
So true.
To entertain them. It's like, okay, yeah, you're shutting the child up. They're getting distracted by the shiny keys, but it's like you're not really doing anything of substance for them. You're just distracting them so they won't cry anymore.
Shit, your mic was doing that thing again, or maybe it was just bored.
Fucking. Are we good now?
It was still doing it. Sorry.
We're good now.
Try one more adjustment. We'll see.
Are we good now?
Kind of. The show is conspired against you.
I blame...
Oh, hey, that works perfectly.
Okay, good. Alright, because I was going to say, there's only one person I can blame from now on.
Genkai?
Santos Escobar.
Oh, okay.
It's Santos Escobar's fault. Alright, shit, what was I saying?
You were... Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, the dangling keys thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that... Because that's the thing, it's like... It's literally just being like, hey, look at this fun choreography. Look at how cool this is. Look at the moving. It's like, yeah, they're moving pretty well. And it's cool that he, ripped a car door in half. But like Trevor was going on, there's some logical things that are very weird. And like that extends to a lot of other things, like Kurama with the mirror. It's like he actually like gets sucked into the mirror instead of like the mirror being like, you know what, I'm not gonna take you get those guys. Just whatever. Yeah. So there's that, it's whatever. But God, I think for me, one of the biggest things is like how they did Keiko, and not only just that, it's like because here's the thing, Keiko is Keiko is like the one good thing in Yusuke's life, whether he wants to admit that or not. She is the one good thing in his life. She's like the one thing that keeps him on a light path, and like you get her, like you get some of those interactions in this show, yes, but like anytime that Yusuke needs like that extra like little boost, like that, I'm gonna call it the shonen boost, whenever he needs that, like in this live action, it never has anything to do with Keiko, because like the way I've always interpreted it is like, yeah, Yusuke, he cares about the, his eventually his friends and all that stuff, but like the first person that ever was Keiko. It's like Naruto with Iruka.
Oh god, like, it's happening again. I'm sorry.
God fucking damn it. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. You know what? Hold on.
They've conspired against him. The Jedi are taking over. But yeah. A lot of characterizations. Well, he's fixing it. I'll throw my 2 cents. I'll leave off of Keiko for now. Oh, hey, there you are. I didn't have to say shit. Try again.
How does this sound? How does this sound?
Oh, that sounded good.
Okay, this is my AirPods now, so fuck my mic right now.
Yay! You sound good now. You're good.
Okay. All right, cool, great, awesome, fan-fucking-tastic. Thank you, Hakusho live action, for making my mic suck.
Oh, But yeah, to
And
continue about Keiko.
like, okay, so like Keiko was the one thing, the one thing that kept the lights on for Yusuke's place, and Yusuke, during his like shonen boost moments and all that through the series, like he thinks about his friends and all that, but like it's like Keiko's always like at the top of that mountain, like she is basically his Iruka sensei, if you will, and it's like this show doesn't really do that too much because like the first big fight he has with the kid getting taken over by the demon, it's not like having to protect Keiko or anything. Like, yeah, we get that with the fire and all that, but like he thinks more about like trying to save the person. But okay, fine, whatever. But then like you get the motivation with him wanting to get stronger, and I'm sure we'll dive a little bit more with the whole Genkai stuff with this part. But it's like him wanting to get strength and wanting to get stronger. In the show, it's all about him wanting to beat Hiei. And like he kind of starts going towards the I need to save the world thing, but it's like because like I know it's kind of like an old trope to be like, oh well, you're just trying to say Keiko should be a damsel in distress. It's like, well, no, because she never really was. Like she was a couple times, but like she never like fully was ever a damsel in distress. But she was his why. And I actually had a conversation last night with Edens about the whole concept of a character's why. It's like very very briefly, it's like, okay, it's the deep reason of why a character does this. So for example, it's like, okay, a character wants to get strong. Why do you want to get strong? Well, so I can beat this person. It's like, okay, um but why do you want to beat that person? Well, they're bad people. It's all that. Okay, but why? Like, why are you going through this torturous training for 3 weeks just to be able to punch this guy? Well, he's strong, and it's just like, but why? Like, there's a deeper reasoning for it. And like with Yusuke, it ended up being like protecting others, but like the deeper why was Keiko, because she was the one positive thing in his life. Because I can almost guarantee without Keiko, Yusuke would be more of a delinquent than any of the anime or manga would have
He
been.
would
So
be
it's
like
like
Tagoro.
exactly. So like the live action kind of takes away his why a bit, and like it's weird because like when he gets like the focus for training with Genkai, it's still like I want to be Hiei,
Yeah,
but it's more of like he gets jealous because Kuwabara is able to excel in his training and quote unquote master the spirit sword.
yeah. Netflix kind of just turns Yusuke into Goku and Vegeta rolled into one. It's like, why do you fight? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, because there's a strong guy I want to beat up. And then it's like, okay, well, what's the motivation to improve your training? Well, Kuwabara did it better than me, so it's like, what?
Yeah.
I hate to
It's not
compare
like
again. I hate to compare
I
again.
know.
I hate to, but goddamn, the whole. Do you want to know a scene that sticks with Yusuke for like from Dark Tournament all the way through the finale? Genkai's dying words, where it's like, you're not just a cocky kid anymore. You're fighting for them. You're not a cocky kid. You know, yeah.
Trevor, not to jump a gun or anything, but we keep dancing around Genkai.
I know. We're gonna get
We
to
we
her.
keep dancing around Genkai, but like
I also want to mention one last awesome little reference to help improve your point about a character's why.
but yes. Yeah.
Hey, WHAWKINS. Hey, buddy. I have a question for
No.
you.
No.
In terms of a
You're not
character's
allowed.
why, and this is how you do it right. Because I want to give examples about a character's why that's done right. Hey, WHAWKINS. Why did Kratos make the deal with the God of War in the first place?
Boy.
Why did he do
That's
that?
To protect his family, because he's like, hey, Because that's the thing. Oh my god, that's the thing. Because you learn that. Like, spoiler alert for Valhalla, but whatever. Go play God of War.
Yes,
What are you doing
please.
listening? What are you doing listening to two assholes talk about Yu Yu Hakusho live action? Go play God of War 2018, then Ragnarok, then Valhalla, and then come back to us. Anyways, so like, there's a moment where like tears, like, yes, you did do some fucked up shit. Yes, you did, make a make a deal with kind of a corrupt God of War, yes, and they did fuck you over. However, in the moment, you made the right call, because if you didn't, a lot more people would have been dead. Did it suck that it took the sacrifice of your family? Yes, it did suck. It was horrible. However, you needed to, there was a sacrifice that needed to be made, and you chose to gain a power to help protect that family. And even though it came to bite you in the ass, guess what, Kratos? You still have that power. You still have that drive to do that. Because guess what? You see that in that game. You see that in 2018. Because I've been recently replaying 2018, which is also it. If anything, it's gotten better
It's almost
because
as
of
if you can
Valhalla.
bring back hope to the world, Kratos.
Yeah, exactly. But
Truth
it's like, okay,
Truth be
oh god,
known says he saw half an episode and liked it, haven't gone to watch the whole thing yet. We're going into everything, Mr. Known, so I don't know if this is the safest place to be, but hey, if you liked it, good
yeah,
on ya.
yeah,
We're
you know,
not kind,
and
though, to this show.
yeah, and you know what, really quick, if you found some sort of enjoyment with this, good on you. I'm glad you were able to find some sort of joy in this. Again, we're just two assholes on the internet who
Yeah,
did
we're
not
not going to
like
try to
this.
take away your joy.
You know,
We call it
yeah,
as it is, and it's okay. Like, there's stuff that's truly god awful that I love. Need I
yeah.
bring up Velocipaster, which is free on YouTube? Everyone should go look up Velocipaster,
Yes,
please, pretty
go.
please.
In fact,
And
hold on. I'm putting the link in the chat for everybody.
ooh,
So.
goody, excellent. And Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. These two movies, I will never defend. You'll never hear me defend either of those movies, but goddamn, do I love them.
Objectively.
Yeah, objectively, they're awful. Like One Piece Stampede. Horrible movie, but damn, do I love it. I wonder how many people I would trigger with that one sentence.
Enough.
I brought it back. But yes, everyone go ahead and click that link. It takes you to Velocipaster. Wonderful, horrible, horrible movie. But yeah, we like to just give examples as to why like characterization is so heavily important, and why I tore those action scenes apart, because contrary to popular belief, action scenes can tell a lot about a character. To give one, and to link it to Yu Yu Hakusho. Remember when the stadium was exploding and everyone was trapped behind rubble, and Team Urameshi was just too weak to get through the rubble?
Yeah.
In that moment, you see Kurama picking up Yusuke. He has his arm around him, so that immediately tells you that Kurama's still looking out for Yusuke, no matter what, no matter his condition. But, then the hole gets blown up by Chu, who I adore. Just mention it. I adore Chu.
As you should.
And it just immediately tells you about Chu. He's like, yeah, he wants to fight Yusuke more than anything, but he's also kind of a nice guy. He's not a dick. And you also see then the Three Kings saga where Chu fights a beautiful woman, and it's like, well, I fucking lost. I'll try, but I'll get stronger for you. You can learn a lot about character through their actions and also action scenes. Just want to point that out. But yeah, we have been dancing around it all fucking night.
Yeah, we have. I forgot what I was talking about before we went on the little.
Oh, about a character's why. The
thing.
why they
Well,
do
yeah.
stuff.
Oh, well, yeah, the why and all that, but like, oh no, it was about Kratos and all that. Yeah, like that's just an example of like a character that has a very deep reason for why they do the things they did. Whether it was fucked up or not, there was a reason they did it. And, in hindsight, it's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But like that, see, that's the beauty that's just the beauty of life, everybody, is, hey, I made a mistake, but as long as you can learn from it and grow from it, then it's fine, you know? Just don't do it again, you know?
Yeah. It's
But,
almost as if you can
yeah.
bring hope back to the world, Kratos. I think I already said that, but I just like,
The god of hope.
you chose. I chose. God damn it. All right, we need to get off of Valhalla. We need to go back to
Yeah,
the realm
yeah,
of
oh my
shit.
god. Maybe another stream we can gush about that.
Oh man, dude, I'd be down for that. Hell yeah.
Oh god, that's tempting. That's really tempting. Let me replay all these and then we'll
um.
and so
So yeah, we've been dancing around it. I guess the I don't know. Do you agree? Because I know it is for me. But do you agree that the episode 3, one with the Yusuke and Genkai, is the worst one in the season or the series?
yeah. Oh, dude, that's where all the rush issues start coming in because God, like man, because again, it, I don't want to compare it to the original because it should be on its own, but even on its own, it's shit. But it's like you have the original that has, you know. Okay, hold on. No, sorry. There's just like a lot of thoughts that go into this, more thoughts than effort that was put into this whole series. But it's like because there's so much wrong. There's so much wrong, especially with this Genkai stuff. Because it's like, but that also stems to another issue with the stilted acting from a lot of the characters. Like the only ones I could see that I could tell were having at least some sort of fun on set was the woman, excuse me, the woman who played Botan.
Yeah, she knows
She
how to
seemed to have
smile.
fun. Yeah. The dude who played Kuwabara seemed to have fun.
And Elder Togoro.
I was just gonna say Elder Togoro.
Yeah,
He like
Elder.
those were the three I could tell were having fun. Yusuke sounded like a boring plank. Kurama, how dare you waste Johnny Young Bosch like that?
Yeah.
Hiei was nothing. Yukina was meh. Wenma, I mean, why the pacifier? Don't even mention the pacifier. Oh, okay, cool. Keiko was just, hey, I'm Keiko. Then there's Sakio, who we'll get to him soon,
Ugh.
and then younger Tagoro, who
They
we'll also get to him soon.
they did the sin of making him just extremely generic and boring.
Jiren.
Yeah, Jiren. Yeah, like a lot of these characters, they just act the same. They have the same monotone voice, and
Yeah.
this is not just because we listened to it in dub. Because
Oh no.
I went back. From what I saw, from what I could tell, the dialogue is exactly the same. Everyone says the
Yeah.
same sentences, and they all say it in the same monotone, generic anime way. It's like, I got to get stronger. Do you really think you can win? I got to do it, otherwise, who will? Joke. Insert
Yeah.
generic joke here. It's like, what are you guys doing? There should be more. And again, it all ties back to it all started when Yusuke went to Koenma, and it's like, here's all this information. You have a millisecond to absorb it all before we move on to the next plot point, because we just got a gun ho. We got so much to get through. It happens in Genkai's episode, because I don't know if people are gonna like when they hear it's like, hey guys, we have an idea for the Genkai training episode. It's like, all right, what is it? We're gonna mix Genkai's beginning with Yu Yu Hakusho, and then mix it with her end in the Dark Tournament in the same episode. It's like, what? How? How do you even do this?
Well, you see, you do time skips because 3 weeks just fly by.
Yeah, everything that's wrong with Yu Yu Hakusho live action could probably be best summarized in episode 3. And you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe I can do a little breakdown of this. So, is everyone ready? Does everyone have s'mores and popcorn and drinks at the ready?
Don't waste some more on this. on this topic.
Yeah. Hey, it could help them. It could help cope.
You know what Genkai in live action deserves? Genkai in live action deserves the generic brand Pop Tarts.
Yeah.
That's what you
Strawberry.
get. No, not even strawberry.
Brown
No,
sugar
you get
cinnamon.
no, you don't even get that glory either. No, you get like the weird shit flavor like blueberry or something.
Oh no.
And I will not apologize for you blueberry Pop Tarts lovers. You guys are freaks. Brown sugar, cinnamon, and s'mores for the win.
Oh my god. But let's say, speaking about popping off, let's talk episode 3. So the whole premise of episode 3. By the way, I'm gonna do my damnest to not even mention the original. We're just gonna go by the quality of the writing in this episode. All right.
I'm gonna let you handle it then.
Here we go. So, the whole premise of episode 3 is that Yusuke needs to beat Hiei, because Hiei is he's too unbeatable for Yusuke. He needs to get stronger. Koenma has an idea. It's like, alright, we're gonna put you under the training of Master Genkai. She will teach you everything you need to know, and, just, have fun. So, Yusuke and Kuwabara, they go to Genkai. Genkai's just standing there. And it's like, alright, Koenma told me everything. Let's go. It's like, okay, alright. So it appears that she's been well informed of the situation, and that's it. She's just willing to take on disciples. Alright, not bad. Not the best, but not horrible.
Because again, like you do need to fast track a few things. So okay, fine.
Yeah,
whatever.
we're used to it at this point. So
Yeah.
there is a test. It's like, alright, Yusuke, you have to put your finger on this needle and you have to balance yourself upside down and you will hold this position for 12 hours. And it's like, okay, what does this do? It's like, oh, well, it's an exercise. It will help you focus your spirit energy in one point and it will make you not even feel the needle. It's going to just put a strain on your spirit energy, help you refine your body. It's like, okay, alright, that's the training. I guess everyone has to start from somewhere. And what's Kuwabara doing? It's like, oh well, Kuwabara, he has to break this giant rock in Genkai's backyard with a stick, which, oh my god, did Genkai realize that Kuwabara could use a spirit sword?
Let's see.
Because how else would she know that Kuwabara would break through the rock with a stick unless a spirit sword would burst through?
Frick, I can't remember if it was. I want to say it was set up a little earlier, but I can't remember right now for the life of me.
Yay, I'll take it as a loss for this.
But there was also the part where it's like, she had agreed to train Yusuke, but not Kuwabara. Okay. Oh, you know what? You know what it might have been? It might have been her trying to have him like unlock his spirit energy. So it's like, okay, just hit this rock with these sticks. Like you need to use spirit energy, obviously, and you haven't really like unlocked it, because that's the thing. We saw, like, oh god, the whole thing with like Kuwabara being spiritually aware. Like this Kuwabara isn't aware of that until like he sees Botan and realizes that his friends can't see her. Like it's not the weird Kuwabara from the anime who's like already spiritually aware and like, oh yeah, I can see ghosts. You can't. But it's like, so he's at least aware, but he can't use the energy yet. So like, I guess that might have just been part of the training, and it just so happens, hey, that your power is going to become a spirit sword. But
yeah, we can take that as the best faith.
Yeah. So the fine, whatever.
Yeah. So that's the training. Yusuke is doing horrible, and so Genkai fights him. It's like, go, come on and attack me. I will show you how refined a body can be with spirit energy. You know, this is supposed to be the master showing off. You have, of course, the fighting choreography, which again, the stone choreography is very well done. But in terms of the story, it's not really doing anything. Because Genkai, all she does in this little struggle is that she's just dodging, and then she pushes Yusuke near, like, a sharp object. And it's like, well, what's wrong with that? It's like, well, like, the whole point is, like, I will show you what spiritual energy can do, but all she's been doing is dodging and just being sassy. That's it. It's like,
Yeah.
okay. And then you have Genkai. She, again, much like most of the characters, she just spouts like this generic ass dialogue, where it's like, oh, Yusuke, you strike fast, but oh man, you're so aggressive. You must not be popular with the ladies. Like, ha 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 ha. We're having a good time here, guys. Let's ignore the demon running rampant throughout the city with a wish-granting dagger. You know, just ignore that.
Yeah.
It's okay. We can have fun. Let's have levity.
Fuck you.
Yeah, so Yusuke's trying, and he fails, and Genkai's like, you are worthless, scum, fuck you, L plus ratio. So she notices that Kuwabara, you know, at least Kuwabara has promise, and then it cuts to that night, and then Kuwabara breaks through the rock with his sword, and then you have Yusuke go like, can't have that dumbass beat me. And that's his reasoning, by the way. Genkai asks, like, oh, hey, Yusuke's actually focused on his training. What happens? Like, well, Kuwabara's doing better than me. I can't have that. Wah. He just gets better. Which is odd, because it's like, nope. I'm not even gonna try to bring in the anime, but it's just interesting that, you know, Yusuke's just trying to get better, so that he can be better than Kuwabara. It's like, it's just Kuwabara? What about... Okay, we can take this as he wants to get stronger than Kuwabara to be stronger than Hiei. We can take that logic. We can take it. We can work with this. Maybe. Do we? No. It's because, that very episode, turns out that, Genkai is made aware of the Tagora. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me rephrase, Watkins, because do you remember what happens? How the Tagoros are made aware of Yusuke? And Genkai.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yusuke does better at his training. He gets the spirit gun, and suddenly, after just a few training sessions of, again, pointing your finger on a needle and just balancing yourself, suddenly you can produce a giant ass ball of spirit energy that can fly into space. It's like, oh, what? And because of that, you may be thinking, it's like, oh, okay, so what's the consequence of that? Well, you see, Genkai told Yusuke to do that. She just taught him the spirit gun. What she failed to realize, in a real moment of stupidity, is that, oh no, the Togoro brothers could see that energy from their dinky hideout. Oh no, Genkai sensed that the Togoro brothers sensed her, so now she kicks Yusuke and Kuwabara out. Like, training's over, you guys have to leave in a second. And it's like, there's so much wrong with that. It's like, why would you even tell Yusuke to fire off a giant ball of spirit energy if that same spirit energy would attract the likes of Togoro and any other powerful apparition, you know? What about Hiei? What if Hiei sensed it, you know? He could go after that kind of amount of spirit energy. Who knows what he'll do, right? You're all kind of fucked. Very weird of you, Genkai. So, the next day, Yusuke's like, alright, I'm ready to train. And then Genkai's like, wait, you have to leave. But now it's time for your graduation. I shall give you all of my power that I've cultivated over decades. And then she puts in his belly button, and he's like, okay, I guess I'm stronger now. It's like, oh, that was it? All that power put into Yusuke? There's no drawback? Nothing? man, all that energy in one's body. I feel like that would, like, I don't know, walk and shred someone to pieces from the inside. All that spiritual energy coursing through someone's being.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's completely fine. And that's not even like me trying to make a comparison. It's like, that's a logical train of thought. Like, all that energy in one person. We sure that this is okay? Oh boy. So Yusuke and Kuwabara, they leave the hideout. They leave Genkai's and they're off to go fight Hiei. Little do we all know that Toguro shows up in front of Genkai, and they have like this speech like, "Haha, power is everything. You are dumb. I do smell, Genkai." And Genkai's
yeah.
yeah, and Genkai's like, "No, you threw everything away. Let's have more generic dialogue that tries to sum up our relationship, even though that doesn't really do anything for the viewer, if they're a first time watcher." And then it's like, all right, I guess they're gonna fight. There's obviously a lot of tension here. There's a history behind them, and then it cuts to Yusuke eating in Keiko's little home. It's like, oh, okay, all right, a little weird to cut that out because you just implied a lot of history. But okay, all right. What's Yusuke doing? It's like, oh well, he's just eating. It's like, okay, is he just getting strength for Hiei? He's like, no, he's just eating. He's just eating on downtime. It's like, oh, neat. I guess we're just waiting for Hiei to do something. Not the best and brightest move, honestly. Especially if Koenma and Botan, who we established as people that can teleport, by the way, in this series, they can be like, hey, now that you're done with training, we know where Hiei is. If you think you can take him. He's over, I think we found him. So,
yeah.
Just a lot of it's going strange.
I think what really gets me with it is that in the in the realm of the show, it's like you have, you know, the mentor character die or whatever, and Yusuke doesn't see this happen or even finds out about it until he's fighting Toguro.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, he finds out and gets pissed off, but then you think back to the relationship, or dare I say, the lack of relationship that she had with Yusuke, because like oh my god, it's just like the dialogue and the way the actors portrayed the roles, like nothing gave any hint that they had any sort of relationship with each other. You know, like it was literally just, hey, I'm gonna teach you for 3 weeks. Okay, I'm done. Bye. Like there was nothing beyond that.
Yeah.
At all. And then like you try to have the emotional moment of Yusuke just getting handed the spirit orb. There wasn't no like test. Like I'm sorry, I am going to compare. I will compare because you know what? Fuck this show. Fuck this show and everything about it. Like there was no Yusuke is just given the spirit orb. There's not even a question about like, hey, you know, Yusuke just because remember how Genkai was like, hey Yusuke, if you want the spirit orb, you're gonna have to kill me as your teacher. And then Yusuke goes up to her and is just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that because that's stupid and you're stupid. And then Genkai just tells him, just like, okay, good, you are stupid. That means you can take the spirit orb. Like just that little sentence I said right there is more like character interaction than the live action gave to these two. But it's like you don't even give Yusuke that character moment of getting over the fact that, oh, I just want to be strong so I can beat somebody. It's like, no, you're gonna be strong because you want to, you know, kind of save people. You know, it helps that you get to beat people up. That's a plus. That's a damn good plus. But like, you want to protect the people that you care about, and your group of people that you care about is growing. Like there's more people being added to it. Like you and Kuwabara are now best friends, I guess. Kurama was cool with you. You know, you just met Botan and the Lord of Death. Like, and then now you have this old lady that you just met yesterday who's now dead. Like, I don't know, man. Like, just it's just like there are good things that can happen from all this, but like they just choose not to do that. Like, because again, Yusuke's just given the spirit orb, and like there's not a test before it. There's not a warning during. Like, remember how like Genkai was like, "Hey, I'm gonna give this to you, but just know it's going to destroy you, like your body." Like you have to overcome the immense power that I'm about to give to you. Like
Yeah.
because in that aspect, it feel that's the ultimate thing about this show. Nothing feels earned. No victories, no finales, nothing feels earned in this show. And I'm kind of glad Smile Bomb wasn't in it because that would not have felt earned throughout any of all this. Like, just nothing. Sakio's death doesn't feel earned. Goro's death and his little thing with Genkai at the end didn't feel earned. I would say the only thing that remotely felt close to feeling earned was Kuwabara unlocking the Spirit Sword.
Yeah, we actually like kind of did a little pop. Was like, oh hey, he did it because actual
Yeah.
effort was done by him. He kept going. You had some really excellent show don't tell imagery where it's like every sword that he's picked up during that day is just covered in blood. It's like he's been trying his ass off all day. Tells you a lot about his character. But yeah, there's no pay. Like the show claims it has payoffs, but it doesn't. It's just
Yeah.
going from one bullet point to the other, and again, this awful abridged series of events. This is like if Dragon Ball Z Kai by Team 4 Star wasn't funny. It's like, oh, you just
Yeah.
summed up all your events and you didn't get a single thing right. Awesome. Like Yusuke and Genkai's relationship, like when she gives him that orb, it's her giving him his like her entire life, decades
Yeah.
of experience and all that power just built up because that is what she wanted for her successor. She wanted someone to take what she cultivated over decades and do something with it, make some good in the world, because she knows that whoever she would give it to is someone that she would trust and depend on completely as her student. She knew what she wanted to do the whole time. That is the culmination of their relationship. Meanwhile, in this show, in this putrid abomination of a script, what do they do? It's like, oh, well, Yusuke balanced himself on a fucking needle for 3 weeks. Good enough for me. He's talked back at me at every turn. He doesn't really respect me. He just wants power, like that asshole that I broke up with 50 years ago. Yeah, sounds good to me. Let's give him that energy. It's like, what? Even without the comparison to the original, what she does, it's that contradiction. It's like, this boy wants power. This boy he shows no respect for me. He just wants to do his own thing. He wants to beat up a demon. Sounds like a good thing to me.
Yeah, like she just gives it to him, just randomly too. Like him and Kuwabara just washing the floors, and then she's like, "Hey, Yusuke, come here. Here's the spirit orb. Now get the fuck out."
Yeah, well, I don't want you to die. It's just There's nothing. There's no foundation. It keeps saying that. Oh no, this is a story taken from the source material. We're just going by it fast. Like, but you missed the whole point. This is God. I'm trying to think of like a good analogy that I could do. This is like God damn it! I can't. I want to try to tie it back to God of War.
Good, do it.
I'm trying to think of a way where it's like this episode is the equivalent of like I think I got it. Imagine the Valhalla DLC where we have to go through all of Kratos' events and his mistakes in order for him to realize that he's a complex being but there's more good, and he has hope to be a better person by the end of all this. Imagine,
So what we got?
yeah. Imagine, no. So imagine that. Imagine that idea, that whole premise, and then there's like a 1 minute cutscene in Valhalla as soon as it starts, and it's like, oh man, Kratos, you have to go into Valhalla and you have to like master yourself, and then he walks through a door, and then his life flashes before his eyes, and then he's like, I feel better now. Thank you, Valhalla. That was wonderful. There's no foundation, there's no payoff. These characters don't even like talk to each other. They don't react to each other. They don't even behave with each other. They're just going through a script. They're going through a play. A really horribly acted middle school play. There's no emotion.
I was just gonna say it's a middle school play.
Yeah. Written by people that don't know what made the original so goddamn special. They just
Manatees.
go from... Yeah, I can't stress enough. They just go from bullet point to bullet point. They don't allow the characters any time to soak it in. They just like, oh hey, we gotta get to Toguro, because everyone loves the Toguro fight. We just gotta get to that as soon as possible. Yippee! Here we go.
Everyone loves Team Toguro. Let's bring them all in here.
Yeah, let's bring in Karasu. Oh, I'm sorry, Karasu. Let's bring in Bowie. What are their stories? Fuck you. And it's like, well, hold on there, Trevor. They didn't have backstories in the original. It's like, nope, they did. They did.
Yeah.
It's only spoken by a line of dialogue from the elder Toguro brother, but it's still shown they lost to the younger Toguro. They want to get stronger to kill him. That tells you a lot about who they are. Meanwhile, in this show, who are Karasu and Bowie? Oh, they're just there. It's like they're just gang members. You even have Karasu be like, oh, Karama, you're so hot. Oh, well, shit, I'm dead.
Yeah, like they try that. Like they tried the creepy route, but it's like again, it doesn't feel earned. Like
earned.
Again, like you were saying, we're going through the motions. We're going through the little story beats we have to do, all the way up to Yukina getting tortured, and even that's kind of botched because it's like, okay, here. Because remember, Trevor, I am going to keep comparing because again, fuck this show. But Trevor, remember in the original, in the good version, how like it only took the loss of another person's life or another like thing's life in order for Yukina to cry and produce those jewels. No, just stab her with them with a cigar.
Yeah, she's a weak woman in this live action, which is an utter betrayal of who she was in the original. She was a frail girl. She was a frail, weak ice demon. Like, as fragile as a little crystal that would shatter if you dropped her. But that was not the point. She was strong emotionally and mentally. She did not, she took all that torture on. And Rukune says, nothing is working on her. That is why I brought in the Toguro brothers. And what does Elder Toguro do? Simple. He takes two birds that bonded with her and he crushes them in his hand, and she just immediately belts out all the tears. It tells you so much about her in that one moment.
Fuck that.
Yeah, there's no subtlety.
Fuck it.
Yeah, there's not even any good moments in here that tell you about characters. There's nothing.
Yeah. They try with Sakio a little bit, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm a gambling man. It's like, okay, all right, so far so good, but it's like, you're saying those things, but the way you're showing it doesn't really match it, because it's like, okay, yeah, I'm a gambling man. It's like, all right, so what are you gambling? I will gamble this amount of money, and I will make sure I close the door to the demon realm, Koenma, and Koenma would be like, well, no, that's not really enough. Okay, then how about my life? We barely get the reason of why Sakio even wants to open the demon world in this version.
Yeah,
Because again, like we get just the bare minimum character like motivation for it. Oh, it'll be fun. It's like that's kind of what Sakio did, but like there's a lot more nuances to go with that. Why are we just like turning these guys generic?
yeah. Why are we turning them into planks? That
Yeah.
that don't offer anything. Like Sakio, he went from like a character that was he got his rush from gambling. He got his rush from like just going against insurmountable odds, and then he became the man that controlled his odds. Um, and what made him progress as a human was his absolute sadistic, psychopathic behavior.
Mm-hmm.
He was a fucked up man. He did
Yeah.
horrible things. Um, and he even admits to Koenma that he is an egomaniac.
Yeah.
In this show, this abomination, you have Sakio. You turn Sakio from like this kind of interesting psychopath to like I want the world to die. It's like, oh well, why is that? It's like, I don't know. It'd
'Cause
be
fuck
funny. Ha 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 ha! Let me laugh maniacally. It's like Sakio does not laugh maniacally. You turned him into like a weak ass Saturday morning villain, and you turned Togoro into a brick wall. The very thing that dude. Hey, little sneak peek for the video that is in production. I write specifically in my script, Togoro is not a brick wall. He has many thoughts going
Good.
through his head.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, he's dead emotionally, but there's a reason for that, and even
Exactly.
that's explored.
Barely in the live action.
Yeah, no, live action. There's nothing. There's nothing with him.
Yeah, live action. They're literally like, how did so I found out how Tagoro got his demon powers? Okay, how he lost a fight to the demon. It's like, okay,
That was it.
so how did he get the powers? Well, fuck you. That's how. It's like, what show you need to express that. You need to tell us why that is because we as the audience don't know, especially in this adaptation. It's like we don't know why this Togoro is this powerful and why this one has the demon powers.
Yeah, how the hell
Like-
did he sell his soul? As Genkai said, how does one even do that shit?
Well, you see, very carefully.
Yeah. It's like they tried to butcher Togoro's development to try and try and match it with Yusuke's own dumbed down reason of I just want to be strong. Oh hey, Togoro wanted to be strong once. That's enough for a parallel, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. Meanwhile, in that fantastic fight, which honestly I am tempted to just record us watching that, so that we can have a commentary track over that whole beautiful fight.
Yeah.
In that one, it's like Togoro has such an interest in Yusuke, not just as a fighter, being the one person that can beat him, but he is invested in Yusuke's growth. It's like, you can be stronger, because I want that ultimate challenge. I want you to be like me, for God's sake. You have the power. You just need to just drop it all. I am invested in you. What's Togoro's investment in live action? There's nothing. He's just a thug. He's literally the joke and the meme of what people accuse him as. It's like, oh, he's a born thug. He's Diet Cell. It's like, how did you accomplish that?
Yeah, there's more to it. You need to read. You need to read and you need to pay attention.
They even... I like how, by the way, in the final episode, it's Botan that figured out the past of Togoro and not Koenma, because she went into the little lake metal liquid pool reflection thingy-mabob. It's like, Koenma, sir, I found the reason why he's bad. It was Kieran, the demon. Oh, I'm sorry, Kieran, the demon, because that's right. The originals call him Kieran, but in this one, it's like, Kieran, the demon.
Yeah. Oh
um,
God.
like he did it. It's like, oh shit, I guess Tagore was a guy with a wounded heart. And it's like, well, you sure as hell didn't convince any of us that he has a wounded heart. How did you come to
Yeah.
this conclusion?
Because like even like, just by itself, it's like how now brown cow? Because like we only see Kieran like killing his students.
We
We
never
don't
see the
see any of
aftermath.
the aftermath.
Yeah. Monkey. Say monkey break. Yeah, and like, oh man, that final fight between Togoro and Team Urameshi, that was a fucking
Oh
mess.
God. First of all, you're having it as a team fight. A team fight, mind you, after Kurama and Hiei both almost died in their fights.
Don't worry, they can walk it off. They took Captain
Yeah,
America's
yeah,
advice. They died, they
And
walked it
then
off.
Kuwabara, after quote unquote mastering the spirit sword, forgot for 10 minutes how to use the spirit sword when he was trying to run away from the elder Togoro.
I need to read. I need to put up because that was so funny in the recap that we saw for the finale. It's like after Kuwabara mastered the spirit sword in that very episode. How do I turn on the spirit sword? And then Keiko is asking, "Why haven't you used your spirit sword yet?" It's like, I don't know. I haven't found a good time to use them. Like, what the fuck? And then they run. Yeah, and then they run into a door, and this is after Kuwabara unlocks the spirit sword. He runs to the door, and then he's like, oh shit, the door's closed. Whatever do we do? I don't know, why don't you cut it down with your mastered spirit sword?
Nah, it's fine.
Why don't you cut it down with your sword? And then they just
We
stand
gotta find
there.
the button to open it.
Meanwhile, Elder Togoro's taken like 50 years to turn around to the one corner to chase after them.
Kuwabara.
Oh shit, y'all still going? Yeah, Edens, there's a lot to say about shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, the action in that final fight is so god awful because, like, oh yeah, Hiei, Death's Door, Kurama's Death's Door, Yusuke at Death's Door. What does Tagoro do? Well, at presumably full power, he's just wailing on them multiple times. I will not forget that shot of where Hiei is pinned down on the ground and Tagoro is just like throwing his fists on his body. It's like, oh yeah. One of those is an automatic kill. He just took 5 of them, and he gets up like it's nothing. It's like, what the fuck, show? What are you doing?
Existing, that's what it's doing.
Why does it exist? Why does this thing have to be? Wah. Isn't this like 5 episodes? Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot we could say about 5 putrid episodes.
There's a lot that happens in 5 episodes that they just decide to skip over.
Yeah. Like Eden's, you know, I'm gonna do this because this is fun. Because I imagine this could be a counter to any of our arguments. Like, oh, of course, you guys are talking about like issues for like 10 minutes. If you guys nitpick about so many things, or if you look at things critically, of course you find things wrong all the time. Why can't you enjoy it for what it is? It's like, well, hey, there's a counter to that. What happens if you watch something that's good and then you rewatch it and you find out how good it is, or how better it is? Because Eden's, if we had an amphibious stream, how long do you think we would take to talk about one episode? Probably like 30 minutes. Longer than the entire episode. Yeah.
Why would you bring up something good?
Because, hey, what do you mean? We would bring up good things all the time. We keep bringing up the original.
You know what Yu Yu Hakusho live action? You know what scene from Amphibia makes me think of this show?
Marcy dying.
Well, besides that one, it's.
I mean, that wasn't my argument. I was just asking. I know you didn't. I'm just getting the arguments prepared for anyone else that says otherwise.
It was. It's the moment where Hop Pop's just in bed and he's just like, I don't feel safe.
Amphibia is amazing. Yes, we agree. We could talk about that shit for ages. Much like how we could talk about this shitty show for ages. Because we've been doing it for ages.
I'm just talking about it tonight, and I'm gonna forget about it.
Yeah, no, dude,
Then it's gonna go in the media thread as a 2 out of 10 at best, and then die.
Dude, we watched this show, all of it, in like the span of what, 3 days, and then what happened after that? Like, we're just. Yeah, I'm gonna forget all this come like tomorrow because I was just doing my best to keep it locked in my memory, you know. And I still got some things wrong going off of just the memory. Yeah. There's not really that memorable things because the show doesn't give you time to remember things. It just speeds by.
Like,
read the comment.
So did they exchange anything or just out? Or just cut? Oh, Edens. Oh, Edens. Oh, sweet child of mine, Edens. Oh,
Edens, you might want to rewind to the very beginning of the stream.
Oh, Bohemian Edens. Oh, Eden, Scarlet, and Violet.
Wait. Can I bring back my Kratos analogy for Edens right now? Because this will actually work. Edens. Imagine if you played God of War Valhalla, and the whole premise is Kratos has to go through his memories to become a better person. Imagine if instead of the DLC that you would have gotten, imagine for a moment if Kratos went to Valhalla, he went through the door, his life from Greece flashed before his eyes in like a minute, and then Kratos says, "Ah, yes, I'm good. That was my journey." And that was the end of Valhalla. Yusuke live action is pretty much that. There is no story. It's just a fucking horrible abridged series that goes through bullet points. It's not good. It ain't good. It will never be good.
Edens, if you want to know why we watch this, it's because someone who shall remain nameless, who likes tigers and is obsessed with moist mounds.
Excuse me, whore? What was that? I know you ain't talking.
hasn't done a certain video about a certain villain. What is
this lie you're speaking? What the fuck?
When Yusuke versus Toguro. Guess what, everybody? Here it is.
No, Yusuke vs. Toguro is a video that will actually have a topic, a beginning, middle, and end, you know? Not a fucking bullet point presentation of, this is what happened, and now it's over. No. By the way, no. This time we shared how we got into this series. I'm sharing my story. I can even provide receipts in a separate video if I have to. But, it all began when we were just chilling out in Discord. We didn't know what we were doing. And then you said, there's always that Yu Yu Hakusho live action show. I'm like, no, I don't want to. And then you, good sir, you had the pleasure of saying, hey, we have a veto for 2023. We don't have to watch it. That's our veto. We don't have to watch that show. Because why subject why subject ourselves to such inane shit? And I was like, oh, thank God. You are showing mercy after all, because, man, we've seen some terrible shows because of our boredom. But then, what was it, WHAWKINS? 1 or 2 weeks later, we were just sitting here bored again, and he's like, Trevor, imagine the content. It's like, I don't want to. And it's like, well, hey, let's bring it up. And it's like, for fuck's sake, there goes the veto. This was your doing. You want to know what the content was? Here it is. This is our content.
Look. First of all, I was thinking about your community, you know, because you have people bugging you all the time. Hashtag, it's a lot like when Broly was going around. A lot of people in your community are asking you, demanding you, when Yusuke versus Toguro. And you know what? Your audience deserves a little taste, a little treat, if you will, before, you know, a damp damsel in distress on top of a hill comes out, you know. Before you can start actually working on that good old Yusuke versus Toguro. You know, your community deserves something, you know?
They
And I
didn't
tried to
deserve
help you with
this.
it.
They didn't deserve this. No one deserves the Yu Yu Hakusho
Look,
live action. No one does.
at least this is just a casual chat about it. We're not diving too deep, because hey, that would put more effort than this show ever did. But you know what, Eden's does have a good question, because
Yeah.
we have been shitting on this for a good, what, almost 2 hours. It- there were a couple highlights,
Oh yeah. We actually
couple
mentioned
decent
one.
things.
Yeah, I mentioned one
Yeah,
already. When Kuwabara gets his spirit sword, there's a really nice
yeah,
show don't tell moment where Kuwabara's been going through practice swords, and both the swords and his hands are really bloodied. Giving you that nice idea. It's like, oh man, he's been at this all day, and then at like the point of no return, or basically like when he's about to faint from exhaustion, he gives it one last go, and boom, bam, a little spirit sword comes up. It's like, oh hey,
yep.
you had a goal and you worked towards it, and boom, bam, there you go. We like that. Uh,
There's also another little moment with Keiko and Yukina,
oh
where
yeah,
like instead of saying something about like Yukina being tortured, like Keiko just kind of sees her wrist, and she's like, "Oh, oh." Like you see that in her face. Like they don't share any dialogue. It's not like Yukina being like, "They torture me every day just to get these pearls." It's like, no, we don't get that. We just get Keiko seeing her wrist and being like, "Oh, this is what's going down." Yeah, no, I'm not about that. We need to get out of here. You need to get out of here.
yeah. There's also Elder Togoro just as a character.
Yeah,
They got
it
that
was fine.
completely nailed down as an adaptation. Fucking excellent
Yeah.
work from the actor in terms of the original. Yeah, you really sold a crazed shape-shifting demon. Kudos, good on you. They
Mhm.
even implemented his shapeshifting in a creative way where he just turns into Hiei. It's like, yeah, I mean, sure,
Yeah.
the execution was horrible, but hey, that's an application that no one really thought of before. Good on you,
Yeah.
show.
And hey,
Uh,
you know what? The choreography wasn't too bad.
yeah, stunt
Like
choreography,
that.
amazing. Action scenes,
Yeah.
god awful, but damn, that choreography, they put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
Superb. Hey, hey, we
Um.
didn't mention this yet.
Oh yeah.
Koenma, how he views a human's entire lifespan by
Oh yeah.
just looking at a scroll. That was really cool.
Yeah. That was cool to see. Like instead of just him at a desk stamping papers, like he's actually kind of looking through them. Even it's really quick, but he kind of has to be because there's a lot of souls he has to look through. But yeah, that part was fine. And you know what? For for the most part, the effects weren't too bad.
Yeah, you could tell that like serious effort went into the special effects and the practical effects. Like
Yeah.
again, the choreography was absolutely breathtaking.
Mhm.
Although sometimes the effect, like the Karasu and Kurama fight,
Oh yeah.
that did not look good at all. In terms of
Well,
effects, and Goki.
then I was gonna say, then there's Elder Tagoro making the little young version of
Oh
Genkai.
yeah, we were. I think
That looked like shit.
weren't we convinced that was AI generated when he made the
I
young
think you were.
Genkai? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of convinced on that one. That was awful. That looked awful. Yeah, there are good moments in this art or in this little season. I don't want to say arc. That gives the implication that there could be more. Ugh. Oh wait. Actually, on that note, props to them for not showing Sensui in the post-credit scene. You showed
Oh yeah.
you showed Elder Tagoro's head on a beach. You could have easily just had like a tall slender man in dark jeans just take a step in front of a camera, and everyone go like, "Oh my god, it's Sensui." It's like, no, they showed restraint. They didn't show that. Good on you.
Yeah.
Please never return.
No. Oh man. But yeah. Uh, I mean, those are some highlights.
Yeah,
And like for the most part, like I mean, Kuwabara is my favorite character. He's my boy in this series, and like they didn't like again like he limped away from this show You know, like
At
he
least
wasn't
he limped away.
terribly. Exactly. Like they still got the whole idea of him like really caring about his friends and like his little group that he has. Like he actually kind of shows remorse for being weak, you know, while like one of his guys has to deal with burn marks on him from fighting that earlier demon in the first episode. You know, like because that's what pushes him to go with Yusuke and to kind of
Oh,
like
shit.
it also pushes him to like kind of jump into this new world that Yusuke is in. And I mean, yeah, they could have done a little bit more with him and Yusuke's like friendship, rivalry,
They didn't even
whatever.
have a relationship or even friendship.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, oh god, hold on, wait, no, I do have to give props for that drop kick though in episode 1.
Oh yeah.
That
Again,
drop kick was pretty sick.
yeah, good on you, choreography. You did it.
Yeah,
Yay.
but like the beats with Kuwabara were there. It's just again a lot of it. There was a lot of just like this boring acting too. Like whether you were watching it dubbed or whatever,
Or
or
sub.
in the
Yeah,
original Jap, yeah,
they all sound the same. They all just sound so
yeah.
generic. They don't give a
Like
shit.
there were a couple of times when we were watching it, I was just like, dude, can you rewind that and like let me hear that in the Japanese dub? Because like I needed to know if it was like it was definitely episode 1. I remember because it was like I can't believe because like if it was gonna be different, then yeah, I would have watched it in Japanese if it meant that the actors were going to be portraying the characters a little better.
Yeah.
But no, both ends were just it was just boring.
We did the same thing for Yusuke versus Genkai in episode 3, and on both fronts, the only difference you could tell is that the voice actress for Genkai, the Japanese one, she just put in a little more emotion when she read, "Oh, you must not be popular with the ladies." That was it. Every other line in her
Yeah.
solo episode, by the way, can't get over that shit. He's like, yeah, let me just sound like a brick. All these characters are bricks. They're not emoting. It's like they were just trying to get through the series quickly so they could get a paycheck. That's what this series is! It's the fucking live action quota of like, let's just get this shit done so that we can get paid and go home.
Yep. That's basically this. That is live action Yu Yu Hakusho.
I saw something really interesting. I should.
Oh.
I'm not going to take this as fact, but I was thinking of like something I could put up here on the screen. You know, because I did tell you, it's like, oh man, what if I put up like me playing Banjo Tooie or Diddy Kong Racing as a comfort game as we go through this? But I kind of want to focus on the show. And I thought another alternative was like, oh, what if I just like took the trailer and like maybe behind the scenes footage of the show and just put it in the background, have a little blur in front of it for something to look at for the audience. I typed in the live action behind the scenes, and the second search result was like the actors for Yusuke Kurama, Hiei, and Kuwabara. They were huddled together and they were going to watch the trailer together, like reacting to it for the first time.
Yeah.
When I hovered over that, I didn't click play, but my mouse hovered over it, and I saw the subtitles.
Oh no.
The subtitles read, and I shit you not. It was just like, oh, Netflix? Oh, that's pretty cool. I was like, what? Don't you what?
Oh. Oh. You know, remember when One Piece live action did that with their cast and like they all seemed genuinely happy and excited?
It's like they actually cared.
Because Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah, just goddamn, I'm ecstatic for One Piece season 2. That's how excited I am.
That was fun. Hey, did you see that they're simul releasing Egghead on Netflix?
Oh, hey, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's pretty nice. But yeah, to link it back to this cretin, yeah,
No.
this is this was not how I wanted to end 2023, and this is not how I wanted to begin 2024. Because man, watching this show went through that entire period of time. It was pain. This is one of the worst adaptations I've ever seen. This is also just one of the worst shows in general I've ever seen. It's like there's nothing coherent. There's nothing earned. There's no emotion behind anything. There's no effort. I will always keep repeating this. This is a unfunny, how do I put this? Unfunny, taking itself way too seriously 2007 abridged series. There's nothing. There's no heart or soul put into the production. It's just a list of bullet points. Who gives a fuck about how we get through the list? It's the list. You guys want to see Yusuke versus Toguro? There, it's right there. Who cares? Who gives a shit about how we got there? Who gives a shit about the action? Let's just make it look pretty, and there. That's it. We won. Let's have Kuwabara slice open Elder Toguro. Sure, it might not make any sense in the goddamn show, but hey, it's there. Aren't you happy? Look, Kurama turned into his Yoko form. Aren't you happy? Oh, shut the fuck up. Don't question it. Don't question how that works, even though it doesn't work at all. It's on screen. He uses the Dragon of the Darkness Flame. Isn't that fucking amazing? Don't you feel satisfied? Oh, who gives a shit what you think? It's on screen. We did it. Show's over. What does this comment say?
I don't know. I was starting to read it.
Oh boy, it's a battle shown about fighting demons. Why would you use it's not funny as a criticism? You're clearly watching the wrong series. Dude, bring on those defenses. Bring on the cope. Watkins and I are ready to bash this series to the grave.
No, it's gonna get its 2 out of 10. It'll live in my media thread on Twitter, and that's the end of it.
It's gonna get a 1 out of 10 for me. This was truly
That's-
awful. It made me question which one was worse, this adaptation or the fucking Monk movie.
Oh god. And for those Monk fans out there, Trevor's working on that too.
Holy shit, what a god-awful piece of shit movie. You butchered a whole 8-season show with 1 line of dialogue in your shitty fucking movie. Oh, but that's me detracting, because unlike the Monk movie, Yu Yu Hakusho ruins everything throughout its entire runtime. It is awful. Would never, ever, 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 ever recommend the show, even if you're morbidly curious. Again, if you liked it, holy hell, more power to you. But we are all allowed to like shit, don't we? So say okay. Go watch Velocipaster.
Yeah, go watch Velocipaster, or if you want something that's, God, dare I say, even worse, even worse, go watch Poultrygeist, because that is oh god, that's a movie I regret watching.
Cocaine Bear, Metal Man, Ginger Dead Man.
Hey, hold on, wait a minute, no, we're not going to talk shit about Cocaine Bear. Hold on,
I fucking will. You know how I feel about that movie. It's awful, but I love it.
Exactly. It's amazing. You should have a lot to say about something you claim you hate and wouldn't recommend. Well, people can have that argument, but hey, guess what? That's why I'm getting it out there now and closing the book on it. Much like with me and Boruto. Go ahead and like Boruto, have your things with it. I don't think I'm going to ever visit or revisit that little series, because hey, fuck it.
In that same argument right there, those people are going to die in a couple of weeks or 3 when I have to release about a little movie and ride review all in one. They're gonna lose it.
Zip, 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 zip.
Oh god. Yeah, sir, anything else that we want to say about this show? Or
Um,
no?
oh gosh, it's not really.
Don't worry, Edens. We know. We
Yeah,
know.
no, yeah, don't worry. It's not us you have to worry about. It's the rabid people that will be in the comments seeing this live chat be like, who the fuck is this asshole?
Can't
Huh?
wait for the defenses on Twitter being like, "Can we all agree that this is fucking awesome?" It's like, no,
Who's this
silence.
Eden's blue guy? Oh my god. No, don't worry, Trevor. Give it another month and they'll turn on it, just like they turn on everything. Just look at Spider-Man 2.
Oh, oh, wait. People already turned on that game? Oh, shit.
I mean, they were kind of turning on it like a couple months ago, but
Shit. I thought we
Video
were.
Game Awards.
Oh, I
How
thought we
you
were going to
brought
be
that back
topical.
out.
It's like MCU. Look, like every project that's come out of the MCU since Endgame has been like, oh man, this is the best scene ever. And then, like, 2 weeks at the least. Or, I'm sorry, in terms of Ant-Man, 3 days at the least, everyone's like, wait, no, yeah, that was kind of shit. That was really bad. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Well, that's because you get to rewatch it and then you're just like, oh wait, hold on. No.
Turned on it during the game. Oh my god.
No wonder Disney wants to get rid of Disney Plus.
Do it, I dare. Actually, no. I want keep
No,
the.
no, keep
Let me
please
have.
keep Disney Plus.
Yeah, I need my Mickey shorts. Those are unironically
Yeah.
great.
I need that. I need my Simpsons. I need what else do I watch on that? Here's a list of actors I don't like.
Oh wait, I have one final question for you. This is a
No.
game. No, it'll be a game. Do you have my stream pulled up?
I do.
All right. I want you to look at all the faces of the
Yes.
cast. After watching this show, which face is you? Which face was your soul after watching all of the Yu Yu Hakusho live action shit?
Wait, do I have to use these faces? Because there's another face that we both know and love.
What, Tarukane?
No, well, besides Taruki.
That was the only face we unironically loved.
No,
Oh, we never gave.
no.
Wait, hold on. I love how we went through all of our positives and we actually left out Tarukane because he was the best positive in the show.
Oh yeah, he was the only one that they got right.
The only character they
Oh.
got right.
No, I sent you the photo. No, there's two characters they got right. They got Goki right. I like how they made him a fat dude.
Fucking Goki.
But look, I sent you the picture. I don't know if you can put it on stream.
Probably not, because then that will get rid of the Discord call, which is logged.
Oh,
wait
but-
oh, yeah.
You should have that screenshot anyways.
My Goki face.
Yeah,
Wait, hold on. I
that
can do this.
that's me. That would be me.
Hold on, let me do this. I can actually do it. Hold on, let me get the image.
Meanwhile, while he's getting the image, everybody out there, I hope you're listening. I hope you're enjoying your day, your night, your evening, your time on the toilet, whatever.
What?
Wherever you're listening to us for the past 2 hours and 15 minutes. I want you guys to know, make sure, you like the stream, because YouTube likes when people say that shit. Why? Because YouTube's an algorithm. YouTube's the actual real AI of this world. And guess what? We have to appease to the YouTube gods. So all hail the like button. Because hey, Trevor deserves it, and you deserve it. Because if you don't like this video, you're not getting Yusuke versus Degoro. In fact, if you don't like this video, guess what you're gonna get? You're gonna get the unyielding rage of One Piece Stampede. And do you want that? Do you want that right now? You see Goki's face? I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that at all. Because this is the face of disappointment. This is the face of someone who doesn't want any of this. Who's just done. He's tired. He's just exhausted. He doesn't want to just consume crap anymore. He doesn't want some child being like, I like Star Star Wars, and you'd be like, oh yeah, well, who's your favorite character? My favorite character is Rey Skywalker, and then you want to just punt that kid as they go down a hill on their little wheelies, and then get hit by a bus, and then you're like, oh shit, that kid died, and then they send you to jail, and you have to stay in jail for the rest of your life and get loved by a guy named Mike. I hate the show. I don't like the show. The show's stupid. I don't like it.
Image. All right, but I guess now I can make the announcement.
No.
All right, listen, everyone. If all goes well, if everything goes well, if the copyright gods are merciful, end of January, absolute fucking guarantee. End of January, the big project that I have been teasing about, Song of Splash Mountain, where I go into the history of Song of the South and to the history of Splash Mountain. That's coming out. It's happening this month. If the copyright gods are merciful, it's happening this month. Which means, and by the way, WHAWKINS, I have this teaser in the video as well. But since Splash Mountain's done, oh man, do I have a lot of free time on my hands to focus on an actual Yusuke versus Toguro fight. That's not shit. That's actually one of my favorite things ever. So that can finally be put in the pipeline. That would be the next video to come out.
What a wonderful day.
Edited by hopefully Edens, after I pay him like $1 bazillion.
He's like, wait, what? and don't forget, maybe we'll actually be able to play a certain pirate game together.
Oh yeah, Sea of Thieves.
Oh, I'm not even talking about that. There's another pirate game.
Don't call me George R. R. Martin. That's a horrible insult, Edens. Because unlike George, I actually worked on my material.
Yeah, exactly. Especially, the fox with the giant dick.
But yeah, we have a pirate game to play. Good old Sea of Thieves. Although that one wouldn't even be like a real video. That'll just be like live streams and stuff.
Oh, but Trevor, that's not the one I'm talking about.
There's another Skies of Arcadia. We can do that playthrough at long last. I need to get like a whole crew together for that one because I got you. No. I know I got Daimyo involved. Bovine, I don't know, but I want him to look at it.
Yeah.
Ulti needs to see what a good game looks like. Alex, maybe if I can get Alex. Edens, you want to watch me play Skies of Arcadia? Because that's a fucking awesome game. My favorite.
Apparently Oda took a lot from it, but maybe Skies of Arcadia took a lot from Oda.
No,
did you ever think about that?
Fuck you.
You didn't think about that, which means
because it's stupid. It's stupid to think that.
It's fine. A lot like Goki and his motivations. It's fine.
Oh my god. Oh.
At least I got him right.
Okay. What the fuck? How long has he been there?
Yeah, wait. How long have you been there?
Wait, the viewer count went up just by one. He literally just showed up. He had to show up at the end. Not for the... OT, rewind. Rewind to the very beginning, and then watch it from there. Watch it with your girlfriend. We don't care. We're wrapping it up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because I'm not going to lie. I'm about to pass out, but there's also other peak I need to consume, like certain undead people and certain... what was it? Madam Titty Kitties, yes.
Yeah, I'll let you watch the Undead Unlock. I have to go to bed and prepare for the horrible American workforce in the morning, so that'll be fun.
All original ideas, Trevor.
Oda did not play your game. I'm convinced he did, and I don't blame him for it. All right.
Look, I think the game took from Oda, but
I swear to fuck. All right, we are ending the stream. I want to thank everyone for joining.
NTK.
Yeah. just thank you all for joining. We're gonna reconvene another day, and just be on the lookout. That big old video is happening. I'm excited. All the voiceovers are done. Final edits are on the way. Let's fucking go. That's it.
Finally.
What?
No longer. No more.
I am your monster no longer, Disney.
See, you say that, but then Splash Mountain 2 Electric Boogaloo comes out.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna do Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad.
It's gonna start the
There's only...
It's gonna start with me doing the Lancelot charge from Holy Grail, running up to the line. I want to do that so bad.
Oh my god. Dude, if we can somehow get it to where like a group of us go to Disney for that, having like me or somebody else just like waiting in line, like looking back like every so often, like literally just like that scene with Lancelot, like if it's like me and Becky just in line, and I'm like, oh, Becky, where'd Trevor go? And she's like, I don't know, he was supposed to meet us here. And then like when I was just like, oh wait, is that him? And it's just like,
I actually have a plan for that. It would be
good.
me doing like, and then it would just like I would do different movements. So one would be me running forward. The next charge would be me running backwards. The third one would be like a little dance movement. The fourth one would be me doing the Mario dance for the Mario Brothers Super Show. And it would actually have the music with me teleporting around the area. It's like, swing your arm from side to side. It's time to go to the Mario. Then a final charge, and I just burst through the line through both of you. And I would just charge through the line, slaughtering all the Disney YouTubers.
Like,
all the Disney YouTubers that got invited for free press. Like, haha! Just barging my way. And of course, this would be impossible, but I want there to be a paper torch that I can just swing my sword at, like the actual actor did in the short.
Oh god.
Like, I
just want to be free. Dude, oh my god. Just have the whole Tiana's Bayou, have the whole like review just kind of based around that whole Lancelot bit. Just like, no, well, not the bit, I guess it's more like the segment. There we go. The segment. Like, oh, Tiana's Bayou, and it's just like, it just wants to sing. And nope, not having any of that.
Oh, unfortunately, that is literally what the ride is going to be about, and I'm so worried because it sounds like it just might be an advertisement for the movie soundtrack when they're promising a new story. So that's great. Thanks for doing that again.
Well, hey, at least that soundtrack is banging.
So was Frozen, and yet they gave us Frozen Ever After.
Well.
No, I mean, like, in terms of the general public, Frozen was a banger to a lot of people. It's like, let's make a theme park ride out of it. It's like, no.
No. Like, at least Tiana's Bayou has an alligator that plays the trumpet.
No. Everyone go pick Crocodile to be part of your team.
If not, Goki will come and take your orb. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm tired.
Yeah, we're just gonna end it like
I'm leaving this. This is staying in the first week of 2024. I'm not bringing it into the rest of 2024. It's gonna stay in its little crater and just expire.
Yep. Now we're just gonna end this spontaneously, okay? No one's even gonna know when I hit the end button, okay?